Hello and welcome back, everyone, to a Rocket Rabbit commentary on a Nintendo game published by Namco. And Soft Deck did the audio engineering. Feet! Hey, Slippy Toad. Yes, we're going to be going through StarFox Assault for the Nintendo GameCube, despite what future past Gerded is going to tell us later. God damn it, I don't know how I fucking missed that. But yeah, we got Fox McCloud, we got Falco Lombardi joining the team after Star Fox Adventures. We got Krystal after Star Fox Adventures, who's the team telepath, which is kind of weird to have that be her special skill. We got Slippy Toad, who's our mechanic. And yeah, have some gameplay clips. So, Star Fox Assault is an action game on the GameCube, and it is honestly a really good action game on the GameCube. It tries very hard to be a continuation of the classic Star Fox formula after everyone was a bit bummed out that Star Fox Adventures was baby first Zelda. But I will... Oh, yes?
No, you're right. You're right. It was basically... this game was a long time coming.
Yeah... Honestly, I actually prefer going through Star Fox Adventures over Star Fox Assault. Star Fox Assault is a really short action game. This playthrough is only 2.5 hours long, so yeah. And I do very little. Actual editing for it. I do most of the editing that I do is editing out load screens.
Well, now that you mention it, Star Fox 64, because I never played the original Star Fox on the Super Nintendo. Star Fox 64 also was a pretty short game. You could go through the entire game inside like an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on the route that you take.
Yeah. Star Fox NES was closer to 3 hours, to be perfectly honest, but it's still relatively short. But yeah, we're going to be going through on bronze level specifically because the very last mission in the game I am not comfortable on silver. I can clear the game on silver. In fact, I specifically recall myself being able to clear the game on gold. But nah, it's more comfortable to just play through the game on bronze for me.
It's interesting that this game even gives you an option of difficulty, because that is new.
Kind of. Star Fox 1 actually has a difficulty slider, and what it does is determines your path.
I see. So you select the difficulty, and then it tells you the path that you're on.
Well, kind of. Star Fox 1, instead of having the ability to change paths during your route, which it technically does have the ability to do. I just don't remember how it does. It uses the difficulty slider in order to determine how long your trip to Venom is going to be.
And how arduous along the way.
Kind of. I actually played through the entirety of Star Fox 1 for my birthday a couple of years ago. It is honestly still a pretty good. It actually is still a pretty good game. The final run to Andross on Venom is a fucking nightmare. But it's honestly the only really difficult part that I had, even playing through on normal mode.
Might be something to consider picking up on the Switch.
I would not honestly recommend playing Star Fox 1 on Switch, especially when you've got access to what is effectively, Star Fox 64 on Switch if you bother to pay for the Nintendo Switch Online subscription service.
In it for the money.
They're quite dedicated for a bunch of hired guns.
Yes, they are.
The leader of this rebellion is none other
Hey,
than
Oinkanny.
Okay, I see.
Oinkanny was actually in Star Fox 1, but he was a background element that didn't actually do anything. He is Andross's nephew, as he will tell us once we actually start meeting with him.
Now get prepped and go.
Can do, General Pepper.
Let's go, team.
No, we've yet to meet Andross's how shall I put this? Andross's childbearing brother or sister, because he has a couple nephews, and they're both named Andrew, actually.
No, really. Do you remember? Do you remember what the last one for the other Andrew was?
Well, the other Andrew did not have a last name. I just understood it at the time that Andrew was a play on the word Andross, and Slippy fell to get into the cockpit.
Are you sure that's not? Are you sure that's just not Andrew Oinkanny?
I mean, if he did have a last name, they left it out. I mean, I didn't play Star Fox 1, so that reference was lost on me.
Ah, okay.
We'll make sure you never reach Andross.
Yeah, Starwolf used to work for Andross.
And Andrew used to work for Starwolf.
Mostly because Andross actually paid them better than the Galactic Federation was willing to do, so.
Don't get too cocky, StarFox.
And so we go on to mission 1. Take out Oinkanny.
A whole paragraph of text and not nearly enough time to read it.
Pass Gurdette, you are a liar. This is on the GameCube, not the PS2.
Well, I mean, I know you love the PS2, but
I
you
do.
should not give...
To be perfectly honest, I think the PS2 is the best console of that generation. I have a lot of love for the GameCube as well, but the PS2 just has a significantly larger / better library than the GameCube does.
GameCube is better. Our discs are smaller and we have a handle on our console. PS2 is better. We have dedicated online. Xbox is the best. We have the power of Bill Gates and his whopping pile of cash behind us.
Yeah, but that's the only thing that Xbox had, because aside from their exclusives, Xbox was both a weaker console than the GameCube and had a worse library than the PS2.
And Spawn was an exclusive character on Soul Calibur 2.
Yeah, and that was the three different versions of Soul Calibur 2. Only the GameCube one gets any significant recognition, despite the fact that they're all virtually the same game aside from their guest character.
Yeah, and that's all due to Link being a playable character. Everybody wanted to play as Link in the GameCube game, and
which is weird because isn't Link mostly just a clone of Sophitia?
No, he has his own dedicated moveset.
You sure?
He has zero. What makes him particularly funny to play as is he has 0 lines of coherent dialogue. Everything he says is like, yeah, wah, yeah.
I could have swore that Link was just a clone of Sophitia.
Going back to StarFox Assault, I love that they brought back the hit system. See, that was missing from StarFox Adventure. They let you play R-Wing sections, which were extremely brief and overall just a bit of polish, just to bring people into the experience. Because it is the first thing you do once you gain control of StarFox himself instead of playing as Krystal. When Krystal is the first playable character, as we recall from StarFox Adventure. The hit system counts how many ships you take down, and you get bonus points depending on arbitrary values assigned to ships. Bosses usually give you, I mean, for example, you took down one unit, but you got 5 bonus points. And also the metal system, which I also adored because it challenged me to really keep my eyes open for good opportunities to use bombs in order to destroy large numbers of foes at once.
To be perfectly honest, bombs are a resource that I actually end up using very sparingly in this game. And honestly, I should be using them more often to get better hit scores. I just choose not to. My first playthrough experience of StarFox Assault had me saving my bombs for bosses, because every stage in this game has got at least some form of boss towards the end of the stage, and bombs honestly do a sizable amount of damage to bosses. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna save my bombs for bosses. But to be perfectly honest, bombs are better used in order to push up your hit score. So
yes, actually they're essential to pushing up your hit score, at least according to the classic games, because you only have so much time to hit the ships on the screen, and because it's a rail shooter, you don't get second chances. You just keep pushing forward. If you miss them, too bad. Try again on your next playthrough.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going down to Fortuna.
Yay. It's a lot more colorful this time around.
Which is this particular swamp in Fortuna. I don't want to actually call Fortuna a swamp planet, because calling any planet a single ecosystem is it's fucking terrible for a world / universe building if your planet only has one style of ecosystem on it. Yes, I'm looking at you, Star Wars. You can stop doing that now.
Tatooine.
Tatooine, Jakku, Dagobah, all these really interesting planets that would be really interesting if we actually explored them out, have exactly one fucking ecosystem on them. What is with that?
It's because it's lazy world building. As we understand that ecosystems are the result of at least with Earth, because Earth honestly is the only known planet in the universe where there is even, life, ecosystem, life systems. Sunlight reaches the equator in greater quantity than at the poles, depending on the rotation and the spin of the planet. Heat collection and also water cycling. You find an abundance of life at the equator, and you find barren wastelands at the poles.
As Pastor Gerda mentions here, yeah, Gerda, I am honestly really terrible at the R-Wing only levels, mostly because I have difficulty managing my health resource specifically. For bronze, this isn't actually that big of an issue, but for silver and gold, you end up really wishing that there were more silver and gold rings specifically thrown around, or at the very least, I end up wishing that there are more of them.
Jeez, we're already up to 500 hits. See, I'm glad that they purposefully included an eye-openingly large number of hits to get you in this first map of the game. Usually, you don't get that many hits in a StarFox game until you get to Zonus, or you get to Area 6 defense system outside of Venom, where you can rack up as many as 300 to 350 enemies taken down. But 500? That is something that the child in me would have loved.
Well, we're going to end this level with, let's see, 500 and... yeah, just under 570. Okay.
Yep, because you got to count the boss. You got to count the boss hits.
Yes, we are, Oinkanny. Waha.
You are voiced by a derp.
And now we get one of the stupidest and also coolest ship transformations in the entire franchise.
Fox, you never know what a cornered beast might do.
Deploy all units. Charge!
Yeah, Oinkanny turned his flagship into Andross.
Huh.
For the record, this is absolutely stupid. Why would you ever want to turn your ship into a fucking Andross?
Because it's a StarFox game. There's got to be an Andross in it.
But how the hell do you even get off planet now with your ship like this?
Well, you got to transform it back.
How? You lost a third of your ship during the transformation sequence.
Heh. I like it when the people controlling the robot have got like little controls on their hands and on their heads, so the robot is mimicking their movements. Because that was actually him banging his hand on the dashboard in frustration.
Is that all you fools have got? I am the one and only true heir to the great Emperor Andross.
Oh yeah, Oinkanny? Zep!
Uncle Andross!
Thanks, Peppy.
Reinforcements?
Oh, that's not Peppy. Oh dear.
That doesn't look friendly.
Meet the primary antagonist for the game, Mr. Cloud.
Oh.
No, it can't be.
Aparoid.
Yes, Aparoids.
There's no time to hesitate. Return fire.
We will
All
get into what
range
the
mode.
Aparoids are in the next part, but yeah. Now we happen to have what is honestly a significantly more difficult boss if you end up dying during Fortuna. Because if you end up dying during Fortuna, then you don't have blue double lasers, double blue lasers coming into this fight, which just starts this fight effectively with the boss at half health. During this attack specifically, it is actually possible to hit the core up there, but I am not good enough at doing it, as Pascal mentions here.
Come on, shoot the boulders.
You can't break the boulders, though.
Oh, damn it.
There's just something creepy about this guy.
I can feel it.
Great, you're damaging it.
Almost there. And
I see.
There we go.
So Krystal is taking the role of classic Slippy, because Slippy was the one who used to give you advice on where the enemy weak point is, but thanks to Krystal's telepathy, she can detect where the weak point is in the enemy vehicles.
Kind of. Krystal is actually here as a healing support. Slippy instead tells us about the enemy shield values, and Falco is here as a damage support. As in during the level, by saving Falco, he'll give you an additional bomb. And you'll notice that I ended the level on 4 fucking bombs, and I only used 1 on the Aperoid. So
That's okay.
oh look, more Aperoids.
Huh. You thought that one was difficult to take down. Now you gotta take down a whole army of them.
Fox, grab that thing and get out
Yeah,
Can
that
do,
thing.
Peppy. Retreat! And so we have ended the first mission in StarFox Assault.
Whoa.
Tune in next time for us to continue on with StarFox Assault. We also
Yay.
got all the special flags. I'll describe what the special flags do in the next part. Be safe, everybody.
So much information.